she's got that. They never go out of style. This is my style walk, that's sitting down.
James, Dream, look in your eyes.
Hi guys, and welcome to Kristen and Katie Read. I'm Kristen.
I'm Katie.
And we like to read. We like to listen to audiobooks.
Wow, is this our audiobook intro?
It's spicier when we're talking about audiobooks.
So spicy.
So spicy. You guys, something big is happening.
Huge.
The audiobook has come out for The Inadequate Heir by Danielle L. Jensen on Audible. Yes. So we don't have a copy to show you, but yeah, I
Get out of the frame.
believe it's just included if you're an Audible member.
For free.
It's shocking to me. People should be paying top dollar for this. So this is the third book in the Bridge Kingdom series. Kind of I don't know.
Yeah, so she's kind of almost doing them in like duologies.
Yeah.
But it's one big anthology.
Yes.
Kind of.
Look at you with the words. The words. So, before we start talking about our immediate reaction to the first 7 chapters, who knows how many pages it is? We're not sure because it's an audiobook. 7 remains the most magical number.
And according to Monica, the best erotic pressure point.
It's spicy, folks. Before we dive into the erotic zones, if you guys want to check out our previous videos about the Bridge Kingdom, we've done a spoiler-free and spoiler-filled reaction video for that, which I'll link, and I'll also link the video for The Traitor Queen.
Perfect.
Yay!
We love this series. So, if you haven't read the first 2 books for some reason and found yourself here, do yourself a favor and just stop watching this and go listen.
What we're going to do today, we typically, for the big releases that we're excited about, like to do 100 pages in reactions. So today, since it's an audiobook.
Audio only.
We're going to do a first 7 chapters reaction. So we want to discuss, it's going to be spoiler filled, so this is your warning now, what we've read so far, how that ties into the Traitor Queen and what we already know about their story, and then our predictions of where we think this specific book is going.
Yes. So let's dial up the portal and use it better than Clary ever did.
So I think it's important, Katie,
yes,
for you to tell the people and me kind of what we already know about our 2 main characters. So I'll put the cover back up here, but the main character, Zara, who is from
Valcata,
and
Karis, who is from Maradrina,
Laura's brother.
Laura's full-blood brother. Yes.
Oh, they have the same mom and dad?
Yes.
Forgot about that? Thank God we're doing this. So it's interesting in The Traitor Queen because we already kind of know how the battle of the bridge, like we know the fall of the bridge and we know what Laura does and what Aaron does to win it back.
Yes.
And so we do see and meet Karis and Zara in that story. So this story actually picks up, I thought it was a very interesting starting point.
I did too.
To see Karis's point of view when the bridge falls.
I wasn't expecting that at 7 a.m. I'll be honest. And I was emotional. Like,
yeah.
Just remembering like how horrible it was just to hear about what happened.
Yes.
Like Karis was in the bridge.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't know if he knew or didn't know.
So I think you find out in The Traitor Queen that he didn't know. He
fully
says thought that he was going to Heirendale.
Yeah. But it's different to like get the POV of the trip.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, for sure he had no clue. Plus, he's got a little spicy little encounter. Let's just go ahead and while we're talking about this, let's rate the spicy level of these books because I feel like where we have been is like preteen, we're talking about pecs, which is not enough for me, to full on absolute fudging.
Erotica? Like what's the meter here?
To like full on like fey fuck fest. You know what I mean? It's like pecs
fey fuck fest
or fey fuck fest. And I'm sorry I had to say it, but it's just the truth. And I feel like
can we look into coining that phrase? Please?
Absolutely. Merch coming soon. And I just feel like I really like the Bridge Kingdom because it is more adult, but it's not full on like smut, even though I love smut, but I feel like this is a good balance for people who maybe necessarily don't.
I agree. Also, if you don't follow Danielle Jensen, but you are a fan of hers, you should follow her on all platforms because she's very interactive. She's interacted with us quite a bit. She's super interactive with her fans. And she actually did a whole video because last year and this year she was put on like best-selling like romance lists.
Oh.
Or like and then she was also being put on lists of like the Bridge Kingdom was being put on lists of like really big letdowns for like romance books simply because people like wanted more smut in them. Because they were being led to thinking that there was more, and that a lot of people are like, oh, they're so spicy, and there's like one, like in each book, there's like one pretty like explicit sex scene.
But the plot is not driven by sex scenes. The sex scenes accompany the plot.
Right, and she has a really good video that explains that, and she in no way, shape, or form, like, is like one way is better than the other. This is just like how this book is written. She has other books that do have more sex in them.
All right, sign me up.
but all of her books are very like plot driven. They're not like a Fae fuck fest.
Yeah.
Where like where you know in A Court of Silver Flames you're like, okay, but when are they gonna have sex next? Like because every single thing is like leading to the next romantic moment, and the Bridge Kingdom is about sexual tension.
So.
But not Karis. Karis is about having sex.
But not Karis. Guys, I don't want to shock you. This is a mild spoiler. The word nipple is uttered in the third chapter. And I was shocked. I was like, hold up. Titties are out?
On the bridge where we know death is coming?
Right. I was like,
Karis won't be the only thing coming.
It's derailed very quickly. No, I guess I just wasn't expecting him to really interact with any other females in a love interesty type way because you
Aaron
already
and
know.
Laura are just the only ones that they're with.
Right. Well, and you meet them like he's already like trying to get back to her and she's trying to get to him. So I'm like, oh, Zara and Karis are gonna meet.
Oh, when we meet them in the Traitor Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're clearly already intertwined in the Traitor Queen. So you're
this
like
is pre that.
Oh. Like, this is definitely, like, something happened between them. And then he's just, like, fooling around with an Ithacanian on the bridge.
So he does not get to escape his father, which is what he was trying to do by going through the bridge when he thinks his sister betrays the Ithacanians and they take the bridge. So he's now back in the homeland and we're seeing Zara. We're getting a lot of her backstory. We're learning more about her drive for vengeance against the Marnadranians. That murdered her family, specifically Laura's dad, which is interesting. Shocking. Because we already know that Laura kills him.
Yeah, Laura gets this kill. So this is something we absolutely already know from the Traitor Queen.
Yes. And so I think it's going to move pretty fast. Like chapter 7, I feel like we're right on the brink where it's like, okay, now you're about to start seeing things that you didn't know.
Right. Because so far we've like, this was paths that we had to tread, kind of. Like, we had to know all of these things to get to where we meet Karis and Zara in the Traitor Queen. And so it's like, we're just kind of like waiting for all this inevitability. It is wild to me that they're setting up the big bad of this book to be King Saren.
Right.
When we know that neither of them will get the satisfaction of killing him.
So I don't want to get ahead of ourselves with like predictions, but like let's put a pin in that. I want to know what your predictions are for where it's going. So I think I'm really enjoying, although I haven't learned anything necessarily new, just the way she paints a picture of people's backstories. You just care about them so quickly.
Instantly.
And I'm not even bothered by like listening to something that's like, well, I already know what's going to happen next. I just feel like I'm getting to know them and I'm really, really enjoying getting to know them and their personalities.
I already loved them in Traitor Queen.
Yeah.
And you're barely with them.
Yeah. So Zara has her orders from her aunt. She really, really, really wants to stop killing and she wants her people to stop dying, but she also sees red and seeks a lot of vengeance and kills a lot. So I think obviously just from the synopsis and what we know is that that's obviously going to be something she's going to grapple with is like, oh, maybe I'm going about trying to get peace the wrong way because vengeance is actually maybe not the answer. So I think that's super interesting. So in chapter 7, they haven't quite met yet, but Karis has seen her walking.
But with one boot lost. So,
how are you liking it?
Karis already intertwined with 2 females. Like, he just falls in love with every girl he sees.
He gives that girl a coin, and he's like, she should use it for shoes, but she won't. It's like, what?
Well, like, Karis is literally, like, living on borrowed time.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's hard, too. He's like,
I'm gonna die.
I have
all my
so
siblings
many
have.
brothers. Like, someone is going to kill me so soon. And all of the things that I care about die.
I love it when a boy is like, for them, I should be rude.
Yeah.
For them, I will be rude.
To save
What a trope.
To
I love
save
it.
her, I'll be a dick to her.
Yeah. It's classic, and it was done perfectly, and I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, Katie, so let's discuss. Are you liking it so far?
I love it. I love Danielle Jensen.
I love it too. Okay, Katie.
Yes.
Predictions. Who do you think the bad guy of this book is? / do you think this is setting up for more, or is this their story, this one book, or is there going to be another one?
I think there has to be. I think book 4 will definitely be about like wrapping up Karis and Zara's story.
Okay.
So
what's the plot and bad guy here?
I think the big bad for this plot has to be the Empress.
Yeah, if not, I think that's the next one. I feel like they might defeat a bad in this one and then turn the attentions to her. Like,
I just feel like she's so close to her aunt, and like they have such an idyllic relationship that like it has to be smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Like, whenever we find out that like she sees King Saren chop her mom's head off, I was like, oh shit. I definitely thought the Empress was going to be behind her mom's death so that she could kind of claim Zara as her own. And so I'm a little bit confused about, like, because I was just so sure that the Empress was going to be behind her mom's murder.
Yeah.
And that was kind of going to, like, bring clarity to her overall rage fest. But I think ultimately the Empress will still be, like, or her cousin.
I think either the Empress will die and then the Empress's actual child will like be the conflict,
try to take
or
over.
The Empress will be like, you're not doing what I want, you're cut off, and so she's like excommunicated, and then she has to go save her people from her aunt.
Well, because we know that her aunt doesn't want any Valkata soldier or like ships to go help Ithacana, and Zara literally takes her ships to go fight for Ithacana, and is only stopped by Karis because he knows that she's not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
So it's just, so I feel like she has to see the crumbling around, like
100%.
the facade of like her aunt's perfection. She's really good at setting all of this stuff up. But I would also like for us to just keep in mind, she's talked about wanting to do a book 5 and 6 about Anna, Arin's sister, who's betrothed to the heir to Heirindale.
Yes.
And so it's like, okay, well, like, what's going to be the connecting tissue there, because this book is so closely tied with the events of TheTraitorQueen.
Maybe it'll be similar where the next book is,
which I would love.
Like that.
I would love that overlap. I love Anna, and she kind of is like a dick in all of TheTraitorQueen. Yeah, for good reason.
And we already know her too. We already have established relationships with her. Yeah, I bet that Anna's in this. Prediction: Anna's in this book. You heard it here first,
or at least in the next one. Like something must happen where like. I mean, Heirindale and Ithacana and Marandrina and Valkata are like all so
I'll put up
meticulously.
A map. I'll throw up a map here.
Yeah, perfect.
I have to look at the map regularly, and it's not that complicated.
They're just like stacked.
It's literally just a straight line, and it's not like there's like 12 plus countries. Like,
there might be something in between Ithacana and Heirindale, but I can't remember. Yeah, so I think if we do, she was like, I hope that I get to write books 5 and 6, and I'm like, this is literally a best-selling series, so I'm sure your editors are gonna
I don't know who I need to talk to. I don't know if it's Amazon.
Or your publishers.
Do I call Jeff Bezos directly? This is a green light. Write it. Okay, green light.
I need to talk to Mr. Bezos.
I am loving it. I'm so excited to see where it goes. So excited to do a review video.
I know.
Afterwards.
I mean, at the rate we're going is going to be Monday. So I'm so excited.
Probably freaking Saturday. Also, shout out to our loyal fan.
Our one fan.
Chris, we appreciate you.
Go Cowboys. Okay. With that, Kristen, what's your prediction of how quickly we will see them have sex?
These our main two. I would say, honestly, pretty early on, because I think we're going to get to him being, or her being captured. Like, I think it's going to be earlier because we need to establish that they're close and have fallen for each other, so that we can get to the parts that we've already seen in TheTraitorQueen, to then get to like things that we have not seen. So right. I would say by chapter 10, baby. Hot take, hot take, hot take.
They have
might delete this later.
They have not met yet.
Katie, they're about to meet.
They are going to have sex.
I do.
In 3 chapters.
He had a girl's nipple out the second day.
It would be wild if Garrus had sex with 3 different women in the first 10 chapters.
Why would that be wild? Why are you shaming him?
I'm not shaming him. I'm just saying, like, it took so long for Lara and Aaron to have sex. Mm-hmm. And it's just wild. I think maybe by, like, chapter 20.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to go by who's closer. It's not like if it's chapter 11, it's not like, oh, Kristen.
You busted.
Yeah. We're not playing. This is not 21. This is whoever's closer.
Fine. Okay.
Until next time, guys.
Stay incest free.